China's coronavirus lockdown is lifting, so we're catching up with the expats in Ningbo, near Shanghai, to see what they've been up to and how they've survived. Well, good evening, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Green Code. Tonight with us, we have Nims. So Nims, just like most places in the world, China went into a huge lockdown during the COVID-19. Now this kind of overlapped with the whole Chinese New Year and everything else. So tell us a little bit about your stories and what happened at that time.
Well, at the time I wasn't in Ningbo. First, I was living in Weihai.
Okay.
What happened was just before everyone went under lockdown, I was actually traveling a little bit within China.
Okay.
Checking out Qingdao, and I think I got home, and a week later everything got locked down. Not much time for preparation. Thankfully, we could still run off, go to the supermarket, get food and all the essentials. So as far as that, I didn't have to worry about that. And I could focus my energies on different things. So I did writing, because I write in my spare time. Tried to play music. Learned 2 new instruments. Well, the guitar, saxophone, painting. Just everything to keep the time... To keep myself occupied. And then I think we were like a month and a half into lockdown when my school started doing online classes. So as much as it was tiring being at home all the time, there wasn't a lack of things to do.
I can get that.
Yeah. Just keep yourself busy, basically.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. So you're saying that you were in Weihai at that time. Now this is a little bit something, because I know you were in Ningbo a while back. So what has brought you back, and when did you leave last?
Okay. I think I left in September 2017 after having stayed here for 3 years.
Okay.
Give or take. At the time I left because I wanted to explore other things. I wanted to try blogging, more traveling, basically follow the less beaten path. Well, currently. Anyway, when I came back to Weihai, which was last year. And Weihai is very small. Very, very small. And the reason why I opted to come back to Ningbo was because Ningbo for me felt like it is a big city, but it still has a lot of the small city feeling. So it isn't Shanghai where I might just get a bit like overstimulated, but it isn't Weihai where finding things to do that do not include nature, because Weihai, it's a beautiful city, but most of the things are nature based. Go hiking, go sightseeing, that sort of thing. Okay. So Ningbo has more for me to do, hence coming back.
So a more social scene, from what I'm hearing.
Yes, I'll say yes to that, yeah.
All right. So let's backtrack even a little bit further. So would you like to tell the audience, like, who you are and where are you from originally?
Whew, that's a long question.
It doesn't need to be long, just a little bit where you're from, like country-wise, and if you've stopped by somewhere on the way.
Okay, so my full name is Nyameko Bottoman. I'm from South Africa. I've been knocking around Asia for about 11 years now. Before China, I was teaching in Korea. Then I came to China. And yeah, we're going to leave it there.
All right, so you've been bouncing around a little bit.
Just a bit.
So well experienced then.
A little.
All right, so since you've come back now after the whole COVID thing and you've gotten to see how Ningbo is as it is, and you've had a long time before, is there anything that you feel that has changed in any way, shape, or form, like since the COVID lockdown or anything?
Well, given the fact that I wasn't in Ningbo before the COVID.
You were there a few years before, so...
Fair.
What is there anything within those 3 years that strikes you as a difference other than a few new buildings?
A few new buildings, but also some of the people sometimes. And please bear with me. I don't mean everyone. But sometimes you'll come across Chinese people, they see you as a foreigner, and suddenly they put on their mask, even though they just spent the past 20 minutes just walking around without the mask. Small things like that, where it's like the virus is deep in people's consciousness, and some, wrongfully so, are focusing on it as a foreign problem.
Okay.
But there are less stores, some stores that, for example, I've been walking around and like, oh, that store used to be open, but it isn't. Possibility of some of the places I used to go to being closed. Uncle Bruce's may close down.
Oh.
Yeah. So the places that were for me when I was in Ningbo earlier were the staples, the places where like, this is what Ningbo is. Some of them are not there anymore. And sad a little.
Well, it is a reality. Not everything can keep going.
Yeah, true.
Especially through something like that.
Yeah.
Though, that leads me to my next question. For yourself, any plans to keep on going with Ningbo now?
Well, my plan is at least 5 years.
Okay.
Obviously, the work is important. If the work that I do at school feels meaningful enough, then long term, 5 years, and who knows afterwards. However, if I don't get that meaningful, like I don't feel like the work is meaningful, then I probably would change.
I get you with that.
Yeah, no time to waste on that for me.
All right. Well, I wish you luck, and I hope you do find some meaningful work as you go through.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know if you have any words to the wise for our viewers.
Life is life.
Life is life. I think we can definitely live with that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Nyameko, for being here this evening.
It's a pleasure.
And thanks to our viewers for listening to another good interview. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to like and subscribe below. And we'll see you next week with another great interview. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was another interesting story. If you've liked what you've heard, don't forget to subscribe so you can get more great interviews next week. See you soon.